bonus, bitch.
Y'all, we are on our bonus episode. Jay, you'll have to join us for another one day. But I have to talk about how I met Jay.
Okay.
Akeem walks in my house, Akeem Woods, and he's on the phone talking shit about somebody with his other friend.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I love, and I was like, oh, he'll be great on Horrible. You know when you don't need to know someone and you jump into the combo?
Yeah.
Akeem walks in and is like, so basically he's not even coming out to his wife. And he has to go to the bathroom, hands me the phone with Jay. Now me and Jay talking shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's how they be, girl. We don't know each other's names, nothing.
Yeah, so we were ruining some poor man's life because of the decisions he also made.
Wait a second. One of y'all were fucking a married
not me.
Heterosexual man.
I fuck a married man, but he's my man. I fuck my married man. But
No. But that's what I'm saying. So this was a conversation about somebody fucking on somebody's married husband.
We hopped in the mystery machine.
Okay.
And,
Mystery
so
machine.
the gang discovered that someone was pulling some capers. So what happened is our mutual friend Akeem found out that someone who is very straight and kind of not super public facing because we don't know how far their career is going to take off, but public facing enough that I was like, wait a second, married and straight, but hanging out
at the sex party
at these particular gay shenanigans. Okay, all right, interesting.
And the wife, listen, let's just say, I ain't gonna say what ethnicity. When I saw the wedding, it was one of them weddings that be a few days. Let's just say that.
Okay. So wait,
it was a very ethnic wedding.
Is it possible that it's an arranged marriage and she's a beard?
See, and because that particular demographic does grow beards very well.
But I say that too.
Figuratively and literally. Yes, I agree.
You know, because me and my friend have had this.
That's a good point. She might.
Like an old Hollywood marriage.
But also, not only that, she could be lesbian and maybe her culture doesn't accept it. So
what
this works for them.
Great way for arranged marriages to go.
Yes.
That would make sense.
Yes.
In today's world,
we
especially
used to call
when you
them
have
lavender marriages.
Especially when you have
lavender marriages. That was huge in like early 20th century, mid 20th century. Like a lesbian and a man who just couldn't find the right girl would eventually marry that happened with one of the most famous marriages like that. It was Harlem Renaissance. Was it County Cullen or was it Bruce Nugent? There have been multiple instances throughout American history where a gay man and a sapphic woman, or like just a woman who was bisexual, or just a woman who wanted to get married and get her dad and her family off her back. She goes, I'm gonna marry this gay man. Y'all gonna be happy. And that's it.
It's funny. I was just looking up. Looking up, and I don't remember which empire, because I like looking into like the dynasty, the Roman Empire, all these things. And there's a lot of kings that literally would have just straight gay orgies, even though there's a queen, even though they have children.
Yeah, I've seen those too.
And they're really into gay orgies.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but again, heterosexuality, especially knowing that there was such a religious ordeal in so many of these empires and parts of the world. Nigga, they wasn't just letting you be a gay-ass king or queen, technically.
And think about it, it wasn't just queen, technically. It wasn't just that. It was also the fact that, like, if we're even looking at the kind of lens we view sexuality through, a modern one, that's so recent. Long ago, they would go, straight or gay, these are words we haven't even like codified and set yet. All we know is, maybe you fuck guys, but what I need you to do is produce a male heir so we can have another king, so we don't have to have a dance of the dragons. Right. That's what I need. I need you to have sex with this woman, or at least make sure that somehow she gets pregnant and has a boy. That's it. After that, do whatever you want to do.
I wonder if they were less homophobic then. Because think about it. All of the
pre-Christian societies?
Well, yeah, when you think of the Grecian and Roman times, of these orgies, of the culture, of just homosexuality,
they
even
was
being
fucking
in paintings.
Oh, yeah.
They were like,
even the Egyptians, nigga, they was fucking in the ass.
Yes.
Pegging is Roman.
Literally. So, like, I do wonder if that does stem then from, and y'all, this is not a religious podcast, but from the Christian lens.
Yeah.
Which is also crazy because there's fucking sodomy and anal sex in the Bible too.
And the King James Bible, there's rumors that King James had male lovers or a male lover. So the King James Bible, the definitive Bible for American Christians, a gay man was like, take that part out. Yes, there's very substantial evidence that there's so many people throughout the history that have kind of like made us be like, oh, things have to be this way. And then if we ever get to look at it through an actual queer lens, if we get to go, oh, maybe Lincoln was kind of gay, but the president right before him, James Buchanan, never married, had his niece do all the duties of the first lady. What? Do you understand how gay it is to be like, I don't gotta get married? Yes, niece, do all the first lady stuff. Like, it's been so hidden from us as queer people, as people who grew up kind of with like Christianity as like the go-to, that whenever we find this stuff out, we're like, oh my God. When you found out that the Greeks and the Romans not only like had gay sex, but loved gay sex, you're like, wait a minute.
We all love gay sex.
Right. When you found out that like, they had like, they used to, in Greek times, there was a shoemaker who would make pacifiers for women, but for adult women. And the pacifier was just a dildo.
Are you a gay encyclopedia?
No, I'm not a gay encyclopedia, but like whenever I found this stuff out, I was like, oh my God. If you think about anthropology,
a dildo pacifier?
Well, it wasn't an actual pacifier. It was to pacify her. That's what it was. It was, I mean, when you think about like queerness in time, as far as like as long as humans have been around, the first queer people have been around since there have been people.
People, for sure.
Because we didn't set up these rules until we started trying to figure out how to make sure that we could own more property, or how to make sure that like we could like have someone to point at to be to blame for stuff. Because if our closest genetic ancestors that are here now are bonobos and chimps, and like chimps are part of like the humans like to fight and humans like war.
Wait a second, chimps like chimpanzees?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
And bonobos.
No, I don't believe it.
But here's the crazy part.
I don't believe in evolution. I do not. I swear to God. And I just thought that white people
prove it though from literally.
But white people done said y'all niggas came from monkeys. I do not believe it because where they came from?
They came from monkeys. They came from monkeys,
Mandii.
Nah, they said they ain't come from monkeys.
They came from monkeys.
They just said black people came from monkeys.
No, what happened is they came from monkeys too.
All humans. I thought they were just trying to say black people came from monkeys.
No, apes, not just us. Apes.
I am so sorry. I would also like to let you know she has 2 degrees.
Okay, but not in science, bitch. I got a science of account. Bachelor science and account.
We didn't need to guess that part.
Wait a second. Because I just saw something where they tried to say that white people came from lizards.
What? No.
I swear.
No.
Like amphibians. I really thought that they said only black people came from monkeys.
No.
I swear to God. And
You've really never seen the evolution of man. It's not even a black
like a
man.
Little caveman in there, but that's because they don't want black people in these books.
But what? Mandii, no, but Mandii, the point that I'm getting to is close to it. So like, if bonobos, if we share 90,
bonobo?
A bonobo is like a pygmy chimp, but they just became their own species like eventually. Monkey. Here's the crazy part. We share 97% of our DNA with them. And these animals are gay as fuck. Yeah. They have sex for pleasure. They do tons of cunnilingus. Like,
oh yeah, I just saw like an ape. Yeah. I just saw an ape shit in his hand and throw it at some people. Bitch, I be loving the animal videos.
To eat the cum.
No, girl, you were on the 2 train. That was not an ape. You were running late here.
Okay, I want to tell you guys about this conversation I had because it's kind of making me think about what you said about they loved gay sex. So I basically was having this conversation at a pool party where I'm like, yo, I'm so lucky that I got to explore my sexuality with no shame, right?
Yeah.
And I talked about how, I said, but, even though like I was gay for real, having a girl, having a relationship, intimacy, almost every woman I know has kissed another woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if it was not for the shame that we felt as far as male homosexuality and even what women do to men that are gay, I was like, men would have done it too. I'm in a full-on debate with 5 niggas. They all play ball.
They gonna lie.
And girl, actually one said, and I really appreciated it. He said, okay, what are you trying to say? You're saying if I didn't grow up in this world, I might be gay. I said, no, I'm not saying you might be gay. But I do believe that if you never grew up in this world, you would just try to experience pleasure differently.
Boom.
That's all. I don't even think you may have, I kind of believe we're kind of born how we are.
Wait, were they all black?
Yeah.
I'll even add to that. You want to know something crazy? The parameters for what they consider queer activity also kind of shift culturally and also shift with time. Because if you say, oh, hey, I'm going to go share this porn video with my homeboys. We're going to take turns jerking off in the computer room.
I love a circle jerk.
But here's the crazy part. when you did it in middle school, when you did it at sleepaway camp, if you knew what your teammates' dicks look like, that's not gay because of why? Why isn't that gay? Why are these interactions?
Well, that's not gay. If you're just changing in a room with another person and happen to see their body,
talking about
it.
If you know about it, if you also know what an attractive man looks like, if you talk about the porn you like, that's all like leading up.
To me, that's the like we understand
that
there's
talking about sex
does not make you gay.
Sex
does not make you gay.
It doesn't make you gay.
It doesn't make you gay, but it makes you're somewhere in that queer.
Does not make you queer.
Men sharing different lengths of sex.
See, that's what I'm saying.
If a man shared lengths of sex with me, isn't that sexual?
Do you know what? Hold on. And only y'all are
and
here.
Now because he's doing it with a homeboy, it's not sexual.
No, it's not like. So let's be. I'm gonna share this because maybe I'll keep this off of the regular episode. So the nigga that I just showed you that I'm fucking up, he about to be primary. So
okay, he got bumped up.
Oh, he been there, disappeared, couldn't find him, found him back, and it was still hitting like it hit 5 years ago.
5 years.
So he's a freak to where he's like, man, all his homeboys even know he a freak. And I'm like, well, how? Because a lot of men don't share what they be doing in the bedroom. And he's like, oh, I have no shame. I like women. I do this. So while we was fucking.
Oh, what else?
While we was fucking, hold on. He FaceTimed like 3 homeboys to watch us fuck.
I'm gonna say that doesn't make him gay, but that puts him in the lowercase b territory.
Wait, because he's okay with an audience. To me, that's voyeurism.
A bit of voyeurism.
Why couldn't he call women?
Well, we hadn't had that conversation, so let's be very clear. As soon as he did that, I said, oh, I got a nigga that wants to watch us fuck. And I literally was like, can I call him? So when we had our threesome, bitch, I'm calling this nigga and he was asleep and I had to text him the next day. I was like, you said you wanted to watch. Oh, when I tell you, somebody gonna match my freak.
But Mandii, I think we're approaching a little bit of MMF territory with some crossover.
I would love that, but no, he's very adamant. But I think that you just going to a sex club, me going to a sex club, I think he loves being watched. He doesn't care who watches him. And when I go to the sex clubs, I said that when we did our Fuse thing, I really enjoy not only someone watching me, but watching others. And so to me, I think it's more, he's like, nah, I like an audience because I know I put in work. I do this.
I'm going to go with what Jay said. I'm going to cross my fingers for MMF crossover.
Well, because like what I'm hearing is like, oh, there's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of comfort. There's a lot of maturity. But then I think at that point, go ahead.
I want to ask both of you a question.
He might smack a butt.
Hold on. Especially,
is he going to smack a butt?
I would love it. But I don't know. We haven't gotten that far in conversation yet.
I think you're someone that can make a man feel safe.
Oh, for sure. I'll make him suck a dick with me if I feel like we can get there. But I want to ask.
Let's fight over it.
I do want to ask y'all a question though, because we talk about this a lot. I feel like we're blending kink and sexuality. Hear me out. Voyeurism, exhibitionism, all these things have nothing to do with gender. They are acts within the kink spectrum. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm saying a man or woman, like those are actual kink desires. Then you have the pegging, you have the anal sex, you have those things that I understand for men doing, then questions your sexuality. But something like voyeurism, something like maybe slapping, doing all that, how would that lend you to question the sexuality when actually that's just a kink?
I think we are not the people to ask. I think we all feel open. Like
no, but this is a question even for the audience.
The conversation was the levels of gay, like how a man, that guy that sat in front of me and said, okay, if I didn't have outside influence, maybe I would have explored pleasure and not have thought this is even gay.
I love that this is a chapter in our book. I'm literally writing it right now. This
the thought is basically like, I agree. That's not, what he did wasn't gay.
Yeah.
This is just for the fun of the talk. But I do think there are people that either...
No, don't look his face.
are over masculine and freaking out about what they can do with another person. Some won't even like, oh, I want him sucking my dick. Or not sucking my dick, excuse me. In the MMF, I don't want to be around another dick. Some men say that. I don't even think MMF is gay.
That's what I'm saying. So
well, okay, now you're saying, But a lot of people will think
but there's levels.
Yeah, because I think that so many men in American society, and hopefully it's changing slowly but surely, so many men go, if there's another penis present, we've dipped our toe in the gay pond. And what I want to let them know is that that's not the gay pond, that's the pleasure pond. That's how you are incorporating things.
That's what I'm saying.
But
we might quote that in a book. Jen.
But you could also say, oh, this does make you go, you know what? I'm a bit more sexually free than I thought. Because there's so many people who are hardliners on it. They're niggas that go, man, if I eat a girl out with my back arch and my booty up a little bit, that's too gay for me.
Right.
And I go, wait a second, you are face down in labia.
Your booty ate. You can't be bent over. You got to be on your back.
Wait, hold on. So you know why? So I literally, again, for this chapter that I'm writing right now, I'm reading up. So the chapter is actually about how so there's 3 factors that dictate your sexuality. It's environment, it's environmental, biological, and psychological.
Mm-hmm.
So psychological is like how your personality allows you to maybe go out. So say we're extroverts.
Right.
We might be more into trying another sex because we're just more openly out talking to humans. Biological, you could be born gay in the womb.
Yeah.
Like there's genetics that can actually cause you to be gay. Then environmental, it's kind of like your chapter, but it's my love of New York. I don't feel like without being in this type of city, I would have been able to experience the layers of sex that I did. So I'm getting into not only the dungeon and all that, but talking about, again, the environment. So I'm like, you know what? The way that Black people are even able to explore kinks and sexuality, specifically men, lend into they now question anything regarding their sexuality. Anything that questions Black masculinity.
Yes.
So it's actually the way in which, and if y'all listen to my phone call thing, we had a caller call in who was like, I don't like a man that has gel polish or even mannerisms if he moves his hands certain ways. And within our
orders a drink with an umbrella,
or if
has
the drink
an
with the
actual umbrella.
Hold on. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we run down a list of things that we know questions a Black masculinity within a man?
If he ducks and takes cover when they shooting at a party.
If he uses any nail polish, if he uses if he has a purse.
Well, Carmex.
Hey, hold on. If he puts too much lotion on.
Puts too much lotion on.
Hugging.
If he shaves.
If his fingernails are clean. Because some people like BV. And I get very...
Oh, the dangly earring.
I get very sad because those women are also letting patriarchy beat their ass.
Hello.
You letting rules that had your mama and your grandmama cooking for men with 3 families affect the way that you look at men who are into you, who love you, who want to do everything with you. You scared because he got a margarita because you ordered one too?
Nuh-uh, it ain't the margarita.
But you know
what? It's the sex on the beach.
Is it the women?
It's the one with the cherry.
You don't know what cup that margarita gonna come in?
It's the cherry. and then hold on. And then the motherfucker want to eat the cherry and try to tie the motherfucking stem with his tongue. What we doing?
You know, I fucked with a nigga with a tongue ring who was Trini, and I was 16, and he was like 18, I think. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I really like him. This is cool. Mind you, my boyfriend now is, Lenny Kravitz-esque, I always talk about because of nipple rings, gauges, even the energy and vibe. And so it's interesting, like I've wanted this man damn near 20 years later. However, specifically with that guy, I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to tell my friends about his tongue ring or these piercings or this stuff about him because then they'll know that he's gay, but I just don't care. Because as a kid, I thought if he has it, he's gay, but I just didn't mind. And I really believed that him having these things. But where did that come from? So what I learned.
Not only what you learned.
At 16 years old thinking a tongue ring made him gay.
Within
I don't know
same
how
chapter,
I got there.
I put as well, I don't think we realize how much the outside influence and opinions of our friends and family dictate our pleasure and what we're able to experience, whether it's love or sex. We have a lot of people, like, if I meet someone and I really like him, like, even this one, I already know, niggas gonna be like, oh, he really, they gonna have stuff to say about him. I already know. And that's fine. That's fine. I really like this nigga. So, I really like this nigga. And luckily, my friends have now just accepted that I operate on a different, universe than they do with men, but also they single and can't find a nigga either.
You know, when you mentioned sexuality and love, there's something I didn't realize till writing this book. I'm writing a chapter about my ex-girlfriend, and I apologized to her in it because one of the things I realized is that my attachment to her, not like I wasn't in love with her or anything, but a lot of it was because she was everyone's vision of me coming out. Everybody knew I was a little gay. They maybe heard about a threesome or a kiss or seen me with girls, but like, now I have this. Now you see it. Now we're connected. We're going on vacations together. We're sharing our families. Like, she, in my brain, was the marker of people knowing that. And the breakup...
Not you finding your Gerard Carmichael moment.
But also, here's the crazy part. I think with women particularly, and we kind of brought this up earlier, part of the reason that people even allow women to do that as much in society currently is because people don't respect
lesbian honest.
People don't respect lesbian sex. It's not just lesbian relationships, because people respect lesbian relationships because they go, yeah, somebody paying for something,
or someone's a man, someone's a woman.
Yeah, and they can respect gender dynamics. They can even respect long-term partnerships. They can respect co-parenting. But what people really can't get behind, because of the phallocentric nature of the way we approach sexuality sometimes in America. Phallocentric, once again, because people go, where's the dick? And they go, it's in the book bag. What do you mean where the dick is? Where's the dick? Yep. The dick is in the air. The dick is in the love. Also, how many women are coming from said dick, and how many women are coming from so many other things?
That phallocentric shit that you're talking about, I didn't specifically use that word, but the interesting thing that I started to figure out was, like, I talked about how the masculinity went away from me. So I didn't think I could be with her until a bad moment happened, right? My dad had a stroke and she was there for me. And I was like, oh, just that safety net made me think, oh, she's my man now. In a very strange way, like, oh, I can be with her. The ways that in my brain, I had to, as a bisexual person, I will say this, no offense to any bisexuals, I believe this. My lesbian friends feel way more natural in their relationships in ways where my brain makes questions.
Bitch, I'm offended.
I find it difficult to, like, navigate certain situations, whether it be paying or, like, being masculine in moments. And I don't think my lesbian friends have that because they don't also date men. I think they just go.
You know, you gotta be like Ash Ketchum and have your hat turned around. That's you putting on. I think that embodying energy from both aspects of, like, this gender dynamic we set up in relationships. Like, I'm bi, but I'm married to a man, and people go, oh, Jay, how does that work? And I go, the way that works is that I'm in a gay relationship with this man, but me as an individual, as a bisexual who's had sex with women, who has had sex with women, who's had sex with people with vaginas, who's had sex with men, there's so many scary points where people go, oh, it's not bi enough. Because in everyone's brain, a bisexual has to be a vampire roaming the streets, like having sex with a woman one day and a man the next day to balance it out.
I hate that you just said that because that's where my mind went. My immediate question next was going to be like, so wait.
How?
No, not even how. It was going to be like, so when does he let you have sex with women? Because
that's what I was just thinking.
To me, being bisexual, and even within my relationship, I think that's why even now, finding this partner, we had a threesome.
Yeah.
We just had a threesome. I'm like, oh, we gonna have fun. We gonna do this. Come up to New York and come do the sex club with me, because I realize how much I actually do sexually need both. Yeah. Now, I don't want to romantically be with a woman. I only want to romantically be with a man.
Do you find
However, I need women. So do you need to have sex with women too?
I have had, my longest relationship is the one I've had with my husband. So romantically, I have way more experience dating a man and being with a man and cohabitating with a man. But also my experiences with going on dates with women, my experiences with having sex with women, both in college, post-college, in New York. I think that you definitely will go, oh, I'm more used to this. I have more experience with this, but I'm very much open to this. And that wasn't something you even knew you could have. I didn't even know I could have that. I came out as bi in college in the theater department, and everyone was like, whatever.
The theater department is the best place to come out.
Exactly.
Everyone knew already.
Because the crazy part is, like, I kissed a boy in, like, costuming, And I was like, this is cliche. I'm out of a closet, in a closet, kissing a boy with a girl's name in a theater department. Shout out to Mackenzie. But I was just like, I was like, Jay, you are such a hack. Why are you doing all these things? And so my experiences have always been like, oh, well, you're a bit more femme-coded. Because like the big fear for a lot of people is they go, oh, that gay boy is tricking that woman. For so long, that's the narrative. And it's like, what's going to happen? And I married my husband, who is the love of my life. And we've been dating for 13 years. We've been married for 2 years.
How old are you both?
I'm 36. And he's 30. He just turned 31. So we met my final year of undergrad, and then I went to grad school. We were long distance. We were going, let's see if this works. And then I moved to New York in 2015, and he came up here, and then we moved in together in September because I was here in July. And also that whole time, once again, we were like, if this doesn't work, we're both in New York. We're both where we want to be and need to be. We will part ways. And so then we just realized, oh, this is working. But I'm never going to deny myself my attraction to women. I'm never going to deny myself my ability to articulate that and my desire to have sex with women. Because what happens when you don't do that is that people start to be like, wait a second. Why you commenting on this picture like this? Like every now and then I'll see one of my friends who's gay and I'll be like, I'm not gonna say you're not gay.
Gay woman or man?
Gay man. I'm not gonna say you're not gay, but I'm gonna say you got that dog in you. Listen.
You got that dog in you.
You a little bit of a dog. I'm seeing the likes. I'm seeing some of the comments. I'm seeing the way you interact with women. Just explore. I have a friend.
We don't let men do that. We don't let men play on
I'm not gonna lie. There's a nigga I got a crush on right now. He's like one of the Peloton niggas.
Yeah.
Which one?
I gotta
Cody.
No. You know, he looked like he's Spanish. I don't know his name. I just started following him, and you know it don't show you the most recent that you follow.
I always
hold on, but
I just went to a Peloton party on
Sunday.
Wait,
is this him? No, this is another nigga. So, he's so gorgeous, and when I went through his page, I still followed him, but I immediately checked him up to he ain't on my team because all my gay homeboys was in the likes. And then I went through the comments.
When I see that.
Hold on. When I see that, I'm like, oh, he ain't on my team. Then I went through the comments and probably very innocent, he does respond to everyone. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, and he responded to the boys.
Okay.
So I was like, he's gay. So literally I'm on my live last night and I'm trying to show them my views on ugly, medium ugly, schmedium ugly, and fine niggas. So this nigga fine, but I was like, I think he's gay. Everyone in the comments was like, no girl, he's not gay. And now I'm like, I gotta go back through the page. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna find him, but he's so fine.
The comments confuse you because you can't figure out.
Social media confuses.
Well, here's because the algorithm is the sexuality at that point. The clicks, views are the sexuality at that point.
I know 4 gays that like this. There might be 50,000 likes, but I know 4.
4 gays liked it.
And you went, I don't know. It's what is Gabe is there? Okay. But I think that like I have a friend who he's my age, and this is the first year that he said, you know what, I'm gonna try to date women. He's not like actively trying to like date every girl, but he like if he's vibing with a girl, and because a lot of times people will write him off. If he's vibing with a girl, he'll go, oh, you want to go get coffee? You want to go get dinner? You want to go get lunch? He's trying his best to navigate that, not because he's not gay anymore, but because he's like, let me just see.
What has been your experience with Black women specifically with telling them you're bisexual?
It's a generational thing. It's so generational.
It's not race.
It's so generational.
Because Insecure was young to me.
That's what I'm saying. It's so generational. Also, I'm friends with Langston, so it's very funny that who was the character that Langston played the guy that Molly didn't want to date because he had an experience with a woman one time. I mean, with a man.
With a man one time during college. Yeah.
I would think. I can say that for the most part now, and because I'm friends with so many kind of like alternative fun Black girls, everyone's down. Me and Christina, I've talked about it with a bunch of different people. But I think the older Black women, there is gonna be a fear, and that has to be sort of like slowly but surely changed over time.
Well, I think that has to do as well just with the stigma that was associated with gay sex and HIV.
DL, HIV, and leaving a family.
Won't go away.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why I think it won't go away.
Well, you tell me, because the crazy thing that we just found out about the HIV
is that it's affecting Black women more.
Is it's affecting Black heterosexual women more.
Do you know what a lot of this is attributed to? Is a lot of the states in where abortion's now illegal is keeping women from going to the doctor. If you're found pregnant in some of these states and you choose not to keep it.
But that's also so new.
No, but these rates rising are specific to these places.
But I wonder, like, with the Black women specifically as well, because like Roe v. Wade was just last year.
Yeah.
So the statistics,
specific cities though,
right? But
Dallas, Texas, with it. I mean, the rates also have risen within 90 days.
Yeah, but
120 days.
on a global scale, like, and especially I would say nationwide though,
is HIV for Black women.
Black women. But that's what I'm saying with Roe v. Wade and that fear. That's within the last year. This has been a thing for like now the last 5 years.
It has, but I'm just saying like some of it is attributed to the fact that they don't even want to go see the doctor. So now we have women that don't know their status.
And I also think that like, because for the longest time HIV was seen as a gay disease, I think that so many heterosexual people don't even know about PrEP at all. They know nothing. We don't talk about it enough. And that's partly also because most of the ads are just like for gay people. For gay people. But now they are starting to have more Black women in those ads and having more Black women talk about. But the thing that I kind of want to emphasize is that there is such a fear and such a stigma about homosexuality, and once again, this is tied to the patriarchy
and
the church, and about men not necessarily following the rules that we've set up for Black masculinity. That at that point, they kind of just don't know what to do.
No, this is what I was going to say. Why I don't think it's going to go away. They don't know what to do. These people you're talking about, I feel like as the years go on, I don't know if the world is growing or if I just have more like-minded people accessible to me.
However, it's probably the latter.
I think it's both. I think we're seeing people's brains expand in part because of TikTok and social media, and you are kind of like
I'm seeing my tribe.
Of this. Well, I mean, you got
community.
You're seeing more people coming to you and be like, "Girl."
So, for example, we post a thing of me talking about getting peed on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the comments
on Instagram. Maybe 10% are like shading me. The rest are like, "Ooh, girl, live your life, have fun, whatever." I saw it on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, we need God back." And all right, and I'm laughing to myself.
And you saying this on Twitter? You're saying you want God back on? Girl, no, you're in hell. You're posting it on the bathroom wall in hell.
Your demographic, right? You're either welcome. I think Akeem even made a comment like, "Fuck, bro. When I was on Lip Service, they did not fuck with me." And then when I was on Horrible,
they loved him.
They loved him. And he's like, it's not Ange.
Old niggas.
Yup, it's not.
That demo is much.
It's her demo. Older. And it's not her, right? She's always
she talks about sex, but not kink, not privilege, not gay shit, not promiscuity.
And Akeem's stories are out there,
and
right?
also Generation X, and I say this with love because I know that they're all 50 and they're figuring out if they're going to get put in a home right now. I love them.
But not at 50. Don't do that. My ex was 50 and he was nowhere near home.
I love them. They helped invent hip hop, but Generation X is truly so scared of queerness in a way that they lied about Africa Bambaataa. Do you understand? Like they're so...
Wait, what was the truth
Africa Bambaataa was molesting little boys, and they hid that. I ain't making that up. Double check it. It's like...
He said Google's there.
But Generation X is so scared of queerness in part because of HIV, but also because generationally, they didn't have anyone who was even allowed to be out. And
they didn't have podcasts.
They didn't have podcasts. I understand that fear. I understand... I grew up in Mississippi. We didn't have any gay people in my middle school. We didn't have any gay people. The joke I tell, we didn't have any gay people in my high school. I take that back. We had one guy who we called gay, but that's just because one time we saw him tuck his shirt in.
I don't think. How old did you say you were?
I'm 36. I graduated in 06.
So I'm 33. I bring that up. I did not see gay people growing up until I moved to Atlanta. And mind you, I'm from Florida. I actually had a gay cousin. Do you know to this day? We never saw a partner. We were never introduced to a man. I don't even know if he ever had sex, but we knew he was gay as a family. That's why he left Jamaica. But like literally, I didn't grow up even seeing gay people.
See, I think this is again,
it's different
how we grow up, right? Because you know, my godfather was gay. I was born in San Fran, but Mandii and I both grew up in Orlando. I didn't have that experience. Gay best friend. I expected I mixed some comments
early on in high school, middle school and high school. You had gay friends. I went to
prom with a gay boy.
Oh,
well, in my high school, we had a lot of out lesbians, and this is not a joke, but that's also because we had an amazing women's basketball team. So we were like, they're not lesbians, they're winners. Okay, there's a difference. Okay,
it's kind of like, and that's what I mean by finding it. So I grew up seeing all the gays, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about. I remember once my father got in an argument with one of his friends or someone around because my mom and her gay best friend would be in the bed watching movies. They're still best friends to this day. And I was overexposed to it, right? So I think that I never saw the other side. But I say all this because when I talk about the tribe, there is also that group on Twitter. They were not Generation X.
Yeah.
This is the crowd.
Millennials or younger?
Millennials and younger.
Hood shit is always going to be hood shit, bro.
Okay.
You click on them niggas and they look the same. And they all kind of have that same idea about kink, about me being a whore. I also saw a guy retweet the thing about me saying I got pissed on. And he said, how nice it must be to be rich. And I thought to myself, oh, he thinks the man that peed on me is rich.
But it's from Dubai.
But do they also,
Dubai. Yeah. Like literally I saw that as a comment. Oh,
Wait
she's ready to go to
Wait a second.
To the UAE.
Does that nigga not know piss is free? Everyone can do it.
Everybody. You can get it, bro.
You know your husband.
I have tried water sports in the shower. I think everyone has.
So wait,
I think
it's the difference actually. I'm trying to sit here and think of the correlation with him. I'll be honest with you, and I get asked this from my homegirls. When I peg men for my own pleasure, they be like, girl, you ain't charge him? So when it's something that you feel like you maybe can't get or it's not accessible or if it's taboo, I swear to God, so I've been in therapy dealing with this right now.
Him.
Like my friends right now, the niggas that are on my roster, the niggas that I'm dealing with, lit. And every time I'm with them, they're like, girl, how much money you getting? How much you asking for? Da-da-da. And I was like, do y'all know I'm not in survival mode and I don't have to charge niggas to fuck me anymore? And I'm literally arguing with my friends down because my niggas, rich. And they're like, so how much money are you getting? So what are you getting out of it? And I'm
we can also talk about this. There's a bit of a conflation between like making sure that the people you date and the people you interact with and the people you want to have sex with are taking care of themselves, but also if they want to buy you something, like the fact that no one is scared when the check comes to the table versus, and this is what's happened because of TikTok and a little bit because of Instagram, people forgot they were getting advice from sex workers and from 304s about how to find rich men in these places. And it's like, girl, that's not how to date.
These were whole prostitutes that you were getting dating advice from.
You were getting, and here's the crazy part. Like, I'm pro sex work. I understand.
Same.
I understand. It's the world's oldest profession. Ain't never gonna go away. But if you are if you're in high school, if you're in college, and your only goal is to like get a bag from a dude who you just met at a hookah lounge, that's not dating. That's a business venture. And
business venture.
But you can't like conflate the two. It's weird.
Really making me think about a friend that's in my life. She's from Atlanta and she's living between New York and LA. And basically was recently saying like, I haven't dated for love in so long that when I'm now dating for love, I almost feel like they're getting over on me. You know,
and it's gotta be frustrating.
And to be, I don't know, maybe my age she's like, girl, like I'm out here. I've dated princes, I've dated ball players, I've dated these rappers, all these people. Now I'm dating a dude who's taking me to dinners. If I have sex with him after a few dates, I feel like I did it for nothing. And she's like,
you did it because you deserve sex. You did it because you deserve love. Because you deserve intimacy.
And you're sexually attracted.
It's the fucking content, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, and then I click on, and mind you, this is a grown ass woman. Yeah. She's like, I'm sitting here clicking on Instagram and on my algorithm because of all the hoes I know and me. All I'm seeing is this is how you get it. This is how you live your soft life. This is how you do this. She's like, I can't figure out how to date for love right now.
I understand. We're saying this from places of privilege. I see the clogs. I see the hat. I see the jewels. I understand that if you are in a situation where you want to make sure that you're taken care of, and also you want to make sure that you're dating people who can take care of you, but like you have to like them a little bit.
Yeah.
It is getting weird.
I had a whole outline about marriage, but I know we're gonna have you on again.
We can talk about marriage,
but no,
because I like all this. Yeah, we're gonna say that for the whole next time.
But I want to bring up this clip I saw. I think y'all will be so much fun to talk about this with. Lil Duval posted this.
Oh, I just reposted something about him talking about late people.
Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't him. Is this woman. Clip from Soft White Underbelly. Okay. I want to know what y'all think.
Women are giving advice to average women about entitlement. Now, in honesty, really beautiful young women can afford to be entitled. Life is easy for them. This is just an unfair fact of life.
But ultimately, that makes them unattractive.
You would think that, but there are still men willing to risk it all.
Yeah, I'm sure there are guys who like that.
It still pays off. That entitlement is reserved for the 1% of women. It's reserved for the hyper beautiful, you really look after themselves. The problem is these women are the ones that we see online the most. Now they're saying this is what you get out of life, don't settle for anything less, make sure you don't do 50-50, blah, blah. That only applies to the 1% of women. Majority of women are average. Majority of women don't get that kind of treatment from men. Majority of women can't elicit that out of men. So
here's my comment.
I disagree.
100% disagree.
Okay,
Here was my comment. I said, this is a jaded perspective. Maybe when it comes to the dating pool, yes, beautiful women have more access to richer men. But I disagree that an average looking woman can't get a man to pay for everything. Beyond that, I don't like 50-50 preaching because it is not about average looks. It is about the majority of people not having status or money. I meet gorgeous women all the time that work regular jobs and they are not crawling the clubs or IG DMs looking for rich niggas. This is podcast talk. Normal people exist, and normal people doesn't mean they aren't beautiful. I follow at least 50 women that look better than this girl, have less than 1,000 followers and private pages. They are not out here doing interviews. The real world exists. I'm telling you, I am so tired of us thinking that beauty, money, like this is Instagram thought, bro.
Not only is it Instagram thought, it's also click-driven bait. The sexiest women, some of the sexiest women you know, what do? They third grade teachers. They're in places that don't pay teachers nearly enough.
Hello.
They are not bottle service girls. They are not going to Dubai to get pooped on under glass tables. They are truly just women, black women in particular, trying to make money in America, and that's hard.
You know why we think that these girls aren't pretty anymore? I've realized. When a girl's walking down the street that has an IG baddie look, BBL, maybe certain fillers, or even dark hair, big eyebrows, just a certain makeup even aesthetic. That is what even these IG men, like that is the thing that we see rich people, money, charter planes. We think they look like Kim. We do. So when you see a hot, quote unquote, normal looking black girl, I'm going to say it just like this. If we saw Gabrielle Union or Megan Good walking down the street, we'd probably think, not as them as a celebrity, wearing regular clothes like, oh, she's cute. But we don't glamorize it.
I mean, there's a lot of girls online now, though, that do live the soft girl life or do preach it. Or even the girl who didn't want to be taken to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And because she looked normal, everyone in the comments was like, or you don't deserve to speak this way.
Yeah.
People feel as though average looking women don't deserve to ask for more, which is actually what she's just saying. Like, no, you don't have to settle. Like, and we talk about it all the time. Like when
She's saying that average women should.
Yeah, but look, bro, I was fucking millionaires, hopping first class, like doing all the things as a big bitch. And people that watch this goddamn podcast was like, she lying. Ain't no way she getting that.
I do not like hearing people say that.
Niggas thought I was lying about my motherfucking life. I ain't got a motherfucking lie. But if y'all knew the niggas in my phone right now, y'all be like, oh, bitch, get it.
Like, we have to even like dissect the fact that like, at no point in time has everyone's dating life and the way they go about securing dates and finding love and who's paying for what, it's never been so public. So now everyone's being like, oh, I'm going this, they go, oh, I'm going to go to this place and we're going to order this. And now people are showing receipts all the time.
I hate that question.
Why am I seeing your receipt on Instagram?
Why is the question now, how much money should be spent on a first date? And they're really doing that man on the street style. Yes. And there's people who are saying, it has to be a certain dollar amount. And so that's where maybe your friend dating now regular,
here's the crazy
even
part.
comparing to what she's getting.
And actually, to her, well, I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but basically, not to her fault. But she literally was like, it's not like I'm expecting them to do what these other men did. I'm blaming myself, thinking of how many steps it took me to fuck. And my brain can't compute, do they really like me? Because these regular dudes will play you too. And she's like, and I've had these girls drill into my head like, oh, you need to be with a rich guy. Cry in the Bentley, don't cry in the Honda. She's like, so now dating for love is so hard because I can't figure out what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. But then what happens if you cry in the Bentley enough that y'all break up? And then people go,
and then you take the Bentley away.
Now she's a homie hopper because you've told all these people you can't ever go back to a certain lifestyle choice. So now you got to date a person in that friend group or a person who is in that circle because you have to cry in a different Bentley. And now all the comments aren't, oh, she's living soft girl life. It's, oh, she's a homie hopper. Oh, she's an industry thought. Oh, she's just bopping around. It's never going. And I'm saying this as a person who is like, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a socialist at all. But like that. You have let top tier, late stage capitalism infect your brain because now you're like, oh, you know what I need? I need this. There's not a person who I know who needs $100,000 vehicle. If you need it, go get it. But you don't need it. You want to show a picture of it. You don't care about that car. You don't care. It's weird because it's part of the landscape. It's part of the economy. It's part of like, it's never going to go away.
Feeling like you need the next thing. We had this conversation last night at dinner. I've talked slightly about it. A woman named Ursula Burns that I produced a show with that basically talked about how much matters money.
Yeah.
She's a billionaire. And she said after $1 million, it's not the same anymore, right?
Yeah.
So then at dinner, we were like, how much money do you need to where you don't think about it anymore? And I know for a fact, for me, that number was in the 4s. Yeah. I stopped thinking about what I was spending. Now,
oh, nigga, I just talked about this in therapy. For the last couple of years, I didn't look at the price tag of nothing.
Well, and like guess what?
After that number, what do you want now? Because I was thinking, I just want a better car than a Tesla. Mm-hmm. Now I want a bigger apartment. Now I want
a bigger apartment.
I want to always fly first. Now I want this. I don't want gold plated. I need straight gold. But the money isn't. I was doing these things, right? Like I can eat out without looking, or I can order some Uber Eats. That price tag that he's talking about is for other people.
Yeah. Because the comfort and security and not having to worry and not having to stress, that peace of mind, that you clear that benchmark and then you're now you're getting into like choices. You're getting into like, oh, this is a matter of option 1A versus option 1B. Oh, I don't know. Do I want the Jackie bag or do I just want a new clutch? Do I really need...
I want 1 gram of caviar?
Exactly. It's literally...
It's not real decisions.
And I'm saying this as a person, and this is slight flex. I've been on TV quite a lot. I have a very good stand-up career currently going. There is a level of success financially and professionally where you kind of go, okay, so now if I'm ripping and running, it needs to be for a passion project. It needs to be something I love, something I want. And when you let that business mindset about your professional life creep into like your love life, oh my God, it would poison you. It would drive you crazy if you went, oh, because now
what am I getting from this? What is the transaction of this relationship?
That's exactly.
People think they're hand in hand.
And they can't be.
Now, on the contrary, I do think we all should be dating someone that is equal or better.
I don't think anyone here is trying to Kevin Samuels this conversation.
I do think girls should meet people where they're at as far as like, let's say you make mad bread. You meet a dude who doesn't make as much as you. What's that grind look like?
I ain't gonna hold you. Disagree, because when I was poor, I wanted a rich nigga.
Well, here's the thing.
No, but I wasn't gonna date another broke nigga.
But Mandii, I think that you are also, from the interaction we've had today, you're also capable of being like, I don't really like this rich nigga, so you know what? He gets this much of me, this much of my time, this much of my energy. Because I don't
he'll
like
be primary.
him.
I'm getting a whole bunch of niggas.
But that's what I'm saying. Having a roster And having the ability to say, oh, I can invest this much time in this person. I have the time management skills to go, oh, I really like this person for this quality. I like this person for this quality. That's a little bit different than saying, I have to be unhappy with this man because I like this
and
car.
there's no option anymore in this economy for us to be saying we can only date someone that makes X, Y, Z more. Because at the end of the day, for me, I work in entertainment.
At the end of the day gonna end.
Hello. And if I decide that I can't work anymore, don't want to work anymore, is the man that owns real estate and is learning how to flip it and is doing all this shit, that's more valuable to me. Like, I want the person that's got these things in their hand.
You dating DJ Envy? No, okay. No.
Listen, there's only room for one light skin. I do not want pea-colored baby. There is not room for two.
But I also think that like it's such a economics and love and race. These are all conversations that like Black people are trying to have online, on podcasts, in person, sometimes in seminars, and sometimes with our friends. They're like, whenever you start to like put all of these conversations in the same pot, everything like we've been discussing becomes so confusing. Mm-hmm. You can say, oh, I really want to make sure that I love the man, I love the person that I'm with. Oh, that's a conversation. You can say, oh, how do I make sure that I myself am setting up myself for a good financial future, both at work and also making sure that I'm dating someone who we're not scared when a bill comes.
Yes,
that's a different conversation. I think also there's another conversation where it goes, what am I holding on to certain mindsets and certain mentalities from antiquity, from yesteryear that are limiting me as a Black person in 2024? Are there moments where I'm saying shit where I'm like, why am I thinking this way? Why am I really looking at it like this? I think these are three different conversations.
The content we're seeing.
Well, it's the content, but also I think it's because the content drives clicks, which drives likes, which drives these
money.
And it drives these meta conversations that then become real conversations because then people talk about it. But like my favorite example of this is like people. I'm glad we brought up Gabrielle Union. This is what people talk about when they talk about Gabrielle Union.
50-50?
Here's the thing. They don't go, Gabrielle Union, oh my gosh, one of the best Black actresses of our time. She doesn't age.
That's a lot. We never said she's one of the best Black actresses of our time.
Wait,
I think, whoa. I think if
we do not ever say that. You're okay.
Wait.
I think if we look at Gabrielle Union.
No, I'm not thinking old. No. She has never been one of the best Black actors of our time.
I'm putting Gabrielle Union on career longevity.
She's never been with an Angela Bassett. Gabrielle Union and Angela Bassett have never been said in the.
Can I tell you
we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
You bringing up Gabrielle Union like this. I had this in a micro conversation, was on a plane watching Deliver Us from Evil.
Yeah.
Black girl next to me looked at the screen and said to me, we do not give sis enough credit. She's in everything.
She is a good actress.
She literally said, because look what I'm watching on my iPad, and flipped Being Mary Jane. And
I'm glad it got 2 seasons.
This what
we like watching her.
No. She's cool, but she is not one of the best Black actors. I like her. Let's be very clear.
I didn't say she was.
She is not one of the best Black actors.
I didn't say she was Viola or Angela.
The best Black actresses of all time.
Gabrielle Union will not even show up.
But okay, so let's say this. So when we talk about Gabrielle Union, we don't say, oh, she is a very talented Black actress.
There we go.
Who we love, whose career has spanned decades. Who?
Gabrielle Union. I'm gonna give y'all a list.
I'm telling you.
Mandii, we don't have a lot that have a career like this.
I'm telling you.
Here, you will agree with all the ones before. Angela, Ali, Viola, Taraji, Regina King.
Okay.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Sanaa Lathan.
Okay.
I wouldn't even put Sanaa there.
But then you only,
what type of Sanaa Lathan was in all of 3 movies.
But Mandii, then you only have 2. You only have 2.
No, I was cool with that whole first 5 or 6.
But Mandii, then you only have 2.
Sanaa, bro, you could have just stopped right there.
Did Sanaa Lathan bite you? Did Sanaa Lathan bite you at a party?
No. Sticking around does not mean that you were one of the best. Even the roles that they played, bro, mid. Calm that shit down.
This is what I was saying.
No range.
But okay.
Gabrielle Union is in the same room as Vivica A. Fox.
You use that bitch's book as a cop.
Because I loved her book.
You know why she was able to write
her book was great.
Because that's how integral.
No, her personal life was.
I'm talking.
Can I tell you?
But let's talk about it. So when we talk about Gabrielle Union,
Vivica A. Fox. There we go.
But when we talk about Gabrielle Union, who is
Lisa Ray?
Who's
same thing?
No.
But Vivica Fox and Gabrielle Union to me, iconic careers,
same roles.
iconic movies.
Iconic is crazy.
To blackness,
do you know that words mean things?
But then who's iconic and black to you?
I said that whole first group she named
She's
was
in
cool.
that first group.
No, man, that's
no.
mainstream. Vivica Fox is one of ours.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were talking about BET Blockbusters.
No.
My bad.
Girl, we didn't say that.
We being rude now.
But also, if we wanted to, we could talk about icons.
behind a paywall.
We could talk about Netta and Charles. But like you see?
We
got 5 minutes. Make it good.
Okay, this is the 5. Okay, so we have Gabrielle Union, and when we bring up Gabrielle Union, we talk about the fact that she.
Stop starting from there. Let's
No. I know.
We talk about the fact that she said that her and her multimillionaire NBA retired husband, they went 50-50. People were like, I can't believe it. I was like, I can definitely believe at some point they were like, oh, we split some stuff. I don't necessarily think
some stuff,
I don't necessarily think that's a crazy conversation.
But I don't think it's 50-50.
But it's probably not.
So let's talk about splits of different fractions. It's not 50-50.
But hold on, you know what it is too? Women with wealth, women with long-standing careers, no one wants to sit there and not have a piece of the pie. It must feel good.
Or be able to say, wait a minute, nigga.
You can't kick me out.
Wait a minute, nigga. I pay bills. Because that is
Mandii,
the big
if you
thing.
met a man right now making the same money you made, fell in love, you guys want to buy property together.
No, I'm not. Well, first off,
what if he said
buying property with a nigga? Never. I'm not doing any more business 50-50 with anybody.
I mean, you want to move into a place together.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing too. And me and my ex even had this conversation. So because we weren't making the same amount of money, there was no way in hell it would make sense. And even for him, of course, the things that we even wanted.
Yeah.
What I want, ceiling floor windows, doorman, I can afford that. That motherfucker lived in Harlem. I think he was lucky to have an elevator.
Go back.
So what I'm saying is knowing that we did make differences in money, which let's be clear, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade make differences in money. I absolutely don't believe it should be 50-50 at all. And so if me and him would have moved into an apartment that was $7,000 a month, because the 2 bedrooms that I was looking at the time were that, I wouldn't expect him to pay $3,500 when I know he pays $1,600.
You meet a man today, you guys make the same. He
has an apartment, I have my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to live with a nigga, bro.
Okay, I
think the conversation, instead of talking about,
I'm just saying, like, 2 wealthy black people, they're building a life together.
But then
they
also
want to invest in something together. I get
what
it.
I wanted to add to that was that people, instead of just being like, oh, let's have a conversation about black love. Oh, let's have a conversation about like 2 wealthy black people together. They also were like, oh, let's talk about the fact that like she emasculates him. Oh, let's talk about the fact that they have a trans child. I was like,
and they push that on Gabby too.
They push that
and that's
on
what I'm
her.
saying.
That's
so why are we trying to have all of those conversations together all at the same time? Because the minute that either one of y'all wants to do something a bit sexually different with one of your male partners, the conversation isn't, oh, I'm glad women are free. It's they love dating gay niggas now. It's everyone wants to have 7 conversations at once instead of being like, this is the only thing we're going to talk about.
Because people don't know how to compartmentalize. Let's be very clear.
But it's dwindling back. Oof. A good callback.
Yes.
The fucking patriarchy. Gabrielle Union, one of the best black actresses of all time.
She's in my top 5.
Keep going. So you had something to make. That wasn't your point. Keep going.
All I was saying was, all we do is now find a way to talk back about the sexuality of her husband, emasculation,
the kid,
her not being woman enough, or the splitting of the bills, like her not being valued.
And there's an age difference.
It's so much conversation, and it literally takes her and all of her accolades away because of this man.
What's the accolade? And you know, I don't.
But also, this is. But can I say something, Mandii?
I like her. I do like her.
This is fun, and this is like a key. Other people. Here's the crazy part. Other people truly will be like, nah, like this is what happens, because they still want to be these evil kind of like chauvinistic men. They're like, this is what happens when like blah 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 blah. She has too much control. She emasculates him. Like she's the reason that he's okay with this. She's the reason that he's like dressing like this. And I'm like, the man lives in Miami.
You ain't gotta Google her accolades, bitch. No, I know the movie, the shit she been in.
No. But also like
she has been in a lot.
I also think that like
very small roles.
When we have conversations like this, it is better. But also, acknowledging the privilege, we are people who are living in New York, who like have the ability.
It's a city.
But you know what I mean? Like people
enjoying ourselves.
Because I think some people who have to clock in, clock out, whenever they get home and they watch these conversations, they kind of go, "Oh, it's a bunch of like wealthy, light-skinned New York niggas talking about shit that don't really affect us." And I'm like, listen. I know you think it's that way, but the stuff that we're talking about, if I'm saying that like sexual rigidity is limiting you as a regular ass man from being able to pick up what drink you want to pick up at the bar, you couldn't even wear pink until Cameron let you, nigga.
Ooh. Not you giving it to Cameron.
But listen.
No, he's right. He's right.
I'm not giving it to Cam, but but jokingly, there's so many parts.
And it's funny because y'all want to sit here and.
That's Cerulean.
Listen, y'all want to suck on Kendrick dick, but y'all letting Drake allow y'all to paint y'all nails now too. Let's be very clear.
And the wildest part of that whole situation, and I'm only gonna talk a little bit about Kendrick and Drake, is because like people they instantly went, "Oh yeah, Kendrick destroyed Drake," and I was like, "Yes, but like." Y'all seem to be more happy with the battle than any of the allegations.
It's group thing.
It is weird to be like it's done, but then also be like, kids. I don't care about that.
I was smoking weed, and I'm not a good weed smoker. I was in the club, and I was dancing like, nah, 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 and I said A minor, and my brain went, oh no.
Oh yeah. I literally said when they came out, I said. We is not going to be in the club yelling out a minor.
Yes, we are.
And literally everyone was like,
yes,
bitch, yes, we will. And it's like,
Here's the wild part. I do think it hopefully will stop some of these dudes from letting their 19-year-old girlfriends in the club. Because how you going to be in a section screaming out a minor
but also you just said,
with a 19-year-old?
So 19 is not a minor. Don't do that.
With a 16-year-old
19 is not a minor.
Club. Well, I mean, with your youngins.
No, don't do that. I say it all the time. 18 and up is an adult.
And you heard him say, my husband's 31, I'm 36.
I ain't gonna hold you when you did it. I did the math a little bit.
I'm not going, but I'm not going.
When y'all met? he was
wait, you know
18. Wait, just so you know, I'm good with math. You said we've been together 13 years, married 9. He 31. I was like,
college.
College.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
when you said 19,
and I'm like, they're only 5 years apart. I did the whole math.
When he was sitting with, was it what's his name? Touré. And he said, you like teenage girls?
And he went 19 as a teenager.
No. When you say teenage, what age are we talking? And I remember his face. I mean,
and like, I mean, I get a lot of the joy because I play Not Like Us way too much. But like every now and then we'll have conversations online. I'll be like, oh, this is fun. And just every now and then you want to be like, wait, oh shit.
I'm gonna tell you,
this is like kind of, this is a little dark.
We're going to feel bad. Right now we don't feel bad because it's not real. What we just saw with Diddy is real. We felt bad when we saw Cassie.
People were still sticking up for him until the video, until we had visible evidence.
And now they right back. Let him be on his private jet.
Wasn't there like a Diddy? The crazy Diddy thing to me was when people were like, yeah, who hasn't tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car? I was like, wait, what? No, that's not. He tried to kill Kid. He tried to really put him on the moon?
That's crazy.
That is funny.
That's crazy.
Why? Because that like got swept under the rug.
My 3 favorite rappers are not anymore. 808's in my dark twisted fantasy, but it was Kanye, Cudi, and Kodak Black. Anyway.
Wait, you had a KKK?
God damn. You let your white side show it now.
Jay, and tell the people where to find you.
On that note, you can find me all over social media, just at Jay Jurden, my name, JayJurden. I'm on tour this summer. You can see me do an hour of stand-up.
You're on tour where?
I'm going to Orlando on the 17th.
Oh, shit, no.
Yeah,
I'm going to August.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm in Chicago in August. I'm going to be at the La Brea Improv in September. I'm going to be in Phoenix in September. And then I'll be in LA again in October too. I'll be doing my hour at the Dynasty. So
congratulations.
We'll be having a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I can't wait to have you back on to talk about marriage.
We ain't talking about marriage at all, but sexuality, this was fun.
Well, sexuality, I think for a lot of people, especially Black podcast listeners, I'm very happy that slowly but surely we're having a bunch of younger Black people and older Black people being able to be like, I'm figuring stuff out. Mm-hmm. I'm figuring stuff out for me because some of the old rules, they ain't there no more. Nope. Think about this. It took maybe 10 years. Skinny jeans were gay. Then they were the standard. Yep. And now they're out. But now if someone's wearing skinny jeans, I know that they're straight.
All right. We're not playing with this.
From Atlanta.
Anyway, it's so true. That's crazy.
If I see you in skinny jeans now, I go, oh, what up, cuz? What up, twin?
Oh, I can't wait to have you want to do the acting straight. Anyway, y'all, thanks for listening to Patreon. We'll have Jay on soon so that you can hear all about his husband. I want to know about their fights, and I want to see his acting straight skit.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, bro.
Bye.
It's Bonus Beach.
Breath control.
Oh, I'm working on it because I'm going to have to, use my mouth for multiple people soon. So,
how many do you think you could do in a week? 1, 2.
What? How many people in a week? Or how many times can I suck dick in a week?
No, I'm saying because if you meet them, then you take them to the sex club.
Okay, so guys, luckily Weezy got to do her scrolling prior to this, but
you can thank me for this.
What? I'm not gonna lie. So
you would not have jumped on Field.
I would not have jumped on Field at all.
Should we believe that?
So no, this is Patreon.
Wait, but I'm on there.
You are on there. I mean, you gon' hold on.
Ew, I don't want to run into people on there.
Okay, so
yeah, we'll believe it.
So anyway, no, why? You said it on the other app. I'm not the other app, but you said it on the what? No. Okay. Anyways, y'all, I'm on this app now because Weezy got on the app to have another semi-foursome because it wasn't like a real foursome. It was given semi.
It doesn't matter if it was real or not.
Okay, well.
One was crying, the other one was just bitches.
Which is crazy because I have not came across your couple. So
I wonder if because we have each other's number.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen anyone I know on there either, but I know people on the app.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then me and him be swiping, and he'd be like, damn, we didn't run out of bitches yet.
You haven't came across my page?
No, and I've seen the same people.
I haven't seen yours either. Yeah, I don't know. They be cock blocking.
Not compatible.
They be cock blocking. So basically, y'all, I got on an app, and I have been in this place where I'm like questioning a lot, like my sexuality, what I want, what I don't want, what I think I want, what I might want, trying to learn from my previous relationship, like how to go about communicating it. And in a very like greedy way, I know I just want a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like I realize that. So, and after the internet tore me a new asshole because I clearly only want to have sex with women and want to be in a relationship with men, I decided I kind of wanted to try a couple after you found such a good-looking couple on the app.
I can't believe it.
Me neither. So, bitch, I found a good-looking couple, and I almost didn't even think they were real. So I was like, okay, well, let me try this out. So I matched with the guy first, and it was very clear that they were looking for a girlfriend. Like, they don't play separate, which is what I was finding.
Girlfriend, not a third, just partner.
So a lot of the couples that I was finding were open to playing together or separate, or only one of them were attractive. I don't know how good looking people get in with ugly people, but it's the new wave. Like a lot of these couples was 50-50.
I know.
One looked good, the other was not it.
You know what's crazy too? I feel like when we were growing up, we'd always see good looking women with a just okay looking man because of money.
Okay.
I was seeing some of the opposite.
Oh, no. There's this other guy, and I'll show you.
The nigga's been looking good.
This nigga look good, and his bitch, I was like, I ain't playing with her with a 10-foot pole, nigga. Ugly. I was not interested.
Not ugly.
Bitch,
ugly is a big word.
Bitch, U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
Because I'll fuck a bitch that's just okay.
No, bitch, ugly.
Oh.
Ugly. And I was like on some, if I gotta fuck her to fuck you, I don't even want to fuck you, for real. Let me show you how ugly. And he's okay, but she is hideous.
What?
Bro, told you.
Oh no, she's ugly.
Bro.
I'm gonna
And okay, I know this is, I'm
gonna confirm with y'all right now.
Bruh.
This is jarring how ugly she is and how fine he is.
And he Dominican, he older, he all right looking. He got a little garter, so he's into play parties.
Let me describe what she looks like.
Bro. You gotta watch the video to see Weezy's face. It's giving the Natalie Nunn chin. It's giving the Andrew Schultz nose ×2.
What?
The eyes are close together.
No, wait, now I feel bad. Are we haters?
No,
okay,
we're
by
not.
the way, let
Why
me
would we
describe
be
him to
haters?
y'all, okay? He's a Dominican black dude, says 6'5", and he's very fit, says partnered with my soulmate. She is a funny-looking white woman. I'd go Eastern European.
Eastern European for sure with those features.
You know what? I want to have children soon. I can't keep talking like this.
Don't even talk. So, anyways, outside of...
Because what the fuck going on?
Outside of that couple, which they played separately, thank God. So I was... And he live in Astoria. So I was like, ooh, this could be cool. I end up matching the other couple next. And bitch, I was thrown off him. And so it's a black guy and an Asian girl. And I was a little...
You just caught a snippet of some bonus content over on our Patreon.
How are you not a subscriber yet? How? Patreon.com/horrible decisions for a bunch of really fun content from us.